Hi, how are you, my YouTubers? This is WitcheryGoddess. Thanks for watching. If you feel guided to look at this message, these are for you, these messages. I usually post more videos, daily videos actually, on Instagram, so definitely check it out. So we're going to go with the Osho Zen Tarot. I don't use them as much. I felt guided to use them. So they're not your standard tarot, so I'm going to look at them intuitive and see what comes out. So definitely there has been some stagnation here because we have the aloneness card. Some of you have been like trying to make a decision with this possibilities, and now you're coming out of it. You're coming into your season because there's a rebirth here. There's an end to a cycle. Some of you have been comfortable thinking like, oh yeah, this is as good as gonna get. But it's like you're just being comfortable with that with this laziness card. It's like you're being pulled to achieve more for yourself. But what it is that you have probably been conditioned like this is all that it could be. And it kind of makes sense with this existence card. Some of you are questioning your existence. Some of you are trying to understand like how is there a point in like how to explain it? Up to what point in my life do I need to compromise, or do I need to compromise with this card? Some of you are going through some healing. Some of you are definitely listening to your intuition. At first, I thought this was owl. So maybe you guys are Geminis. You may want to look at the Gemini reading I had. But this is the ego, of self-discovery, of going through the darkness. Some of you have had many struggles. And now it's like you're paving the way. The light wants to come out. Ironically, it's like these two cards have the lion. And it reminds me of the strength. Some of you may be Leos. See what else wants to come out. Some of you are learning what it takes. Because this reminds me, if it's not itself, because it says the master, maybe the magician card. But it's just that you are mastering things. It takes a while to master things. You have to go through certain struggles. You have to go through certain experiences. You have to maybe be alone for a while. Maybe it comes a point that you, with this existence card, it reminds me of maybe you dreamed something a long time ago and now it's coming back around, you know? Success. There is success for you. Some of you may fear success. You have to release these burdens from the past, these things that you feel that things are not going to work out for you because of past experiences. I said past experiences, this shit said past lives. I can't make it up. So that's why I feel like some of you definitely may be a Gemini, or we're in Gemini season, because the Gemini reading had to do with ancestry. There's a transformation. It's like a rebirth right here, the rebirth card. The rebirth card here. Some of you may have felt that you were from the outside looking in and you felt trapped with this outsider. And that's why you're now coming to your own, making a decision. It's like you want to live your best moment. Something, maybe person, place, or thing may have been dragging you down. I'm telling you, I don't make it up. It said exhaustion. Something is definitely, and that reminds me like more Nine of Swords energy, like being in your head, having sleepless nights. Maybe you can't sleep, you know? Maybe you've been giving your all to someone. So it's funny because when we say going with the flow, with this card, usually sometimes when I try to go with the flow, it's like, you know, maybe taking control of stuff. But it's like I feel like this card, this energy is like some of you have to take your control back. You're letting things flow, and that's where you're at, trying to make a decision, trying to pave a way to something different. Because it's like, yeah, it's flowing, but am I sinking or swimming? The creativity, there's something like an idea that's been gnawing at you to start, or like some creative project. You see, it's like these are things like you wanted to manifest for yourself, or you've been like wishing, I wish I could do that, or man, like back then I wanted to do this. It reminds, you see how it has like the stars here? It reminds me of that movie with the bucket list, or even like your bucket list. I have mine myself. You don't want to go at the end of the life and feel like, why didn't I do this? You are definitely projecting fears. Some of you may not know how to handle certain things, that maybe you are projecting it to someone else or someplace else. But abundance wants to come in. Whatever you want to do, this possibility wants to give you abundance. It's time to stop being lazy or stagnant, because it says laziness card. So some of you may be just so comfortable in, like, whatever. It's time to enjoy life. Some of you are not enjoying life. That's what it says. Where's the card? Is it here? Let's see. Moment to moment. Live your best life. Some of you worry a lot. It's time to be in harmony, to be in alignment, to be in peace. This is definitely like the Tower card. There are certain things that are going to start hitting you at all ends. And you need to start being prepared for it, because you are mature. You may feel that you're not ready, but you are. You are definitely ready, my dears. You're not meant to have an ordinary life. You're meant to have an extraordinary life. Some of you, it's like, in a way, also, I feel like maybe you're simplistic. Maybe things are getting so crazy, and maybe the simplicity of things is what's calming you. Some of you definitely need strength. You see this? Out of the rubble, this grows. This also, even though this is not the strength card, when I seen it, I felt the strength card. That's why I said maybe some of you are Leos, because the courage. You need the courage. You need that confidence that you are brave, that you got this. So I guess someone's alarm is outside. So if you hear that, I apologize, unless it stops. But the miser is that some of you are afraid that if you go into this project, or if you go into this business, or you go into this job, you'll lose. You'll lose, whether financially or just something else in particular, because this is the miser card. Let's see. Some of you definitely holding stuff in, like sad, like feeling silent, but it's like it's reminding you in that silence, that's how spirit speaks to you. See how it's like a face there? You guys, some of you may be putting a mask up to others, and there's really a lot of stuff in you. I'm gonna see, because the good tarot, I felt guided to bring it here when I was gonna do this video. So let's see what comes out. High Priestess is listening to your intuition. And the Ace of Fire, that's the Ace of Wands. Embracing the light within. Three of Water, you are a pearl. You deserve celebration. Some of you are like out, like with the Two of Pentacles, it's like the possibilities. You're like weighing the options. But you're moving forward. You see how this card, we mentioned the eagles, it looks like birds. You are ascending. While you ascend and you start trusting and surrendering, things are starting to shift for you. Some of you, I'm getting that something is shifting in the next 6 months, and being that we're under quarantine, that would be like close to November, December. Maybe something is going to shift for you at the end of the year. So if this message resonates, and if you like to see other readings or posts, check out my Facebook and Instagram. If you want a personal reading or any of my decks that I've made myself, the link is below for my Etsy shop. And you guys take care.